Hey guys, we're back again. We're going to go through this one kind of quick. We're reviewing how to multiply decimals, and then we're also going to add in the rules that we've learned for multiplying integers. So again, if you've forgotten those, go back to the first unit. You can rewatch those videos to refresh your memory. So when we're multiplying decimals, the thing to remember is we don't have to line up the decimals. We just need to count the number of decimal places in our two factors and make sure that our answer, our product, has the same number of decimal places. So I just set up an example here. If you'll notice, I have 3 decimal places that I've counted on my first factor and 1 more in the second, which means I have 4 total places. If you look, though, when I did my multiplication, I only wound up with 3 numbers in the answer. So what am I going to have to do then? I'm going to have to add in that 0 placeholder to make sure that my number is correct. So just make sure that you're counting those in there, and we'll do some problems and we'll practice this as well. If I don't erase half of them as I'm moving forward. Hang on, guys. Looking at the board, that was my finger. Thought that would be fun. Okay. So we're multiplying, which means I don't need to line up my decimals. I just need to count my decimal places. And then we need to remember our rules here. So the first thing I'm going to do is just do the multiplication. Don't worry about the signs just yet. 2 times 5 is 10. No, I'm not going to sneeze. Just kidding. Sorry. Then we're going to go back through. Let's count our decimal places. There's no decimal places in this one. It's just a whole number. But up here, I have 4 decimal places, which means my answer needs 4 decimal places. So I start over here at the right and count my way left. 1, 2, 3. Well, I need a 4th decimal place, which means I need to add a 0 in as a placeholder. So I'm going to add that 0 in there, add my decimal. There's my multiplication. Now we need to go back and figure out what our sign is going to be. So if you look, I have 1 negative sign, which means my answer is going to be negative. You'll recall an odd number of negative signs means it's negative. An even number of negative signs means your answer is positive. So we'll go ahead and we'll do the same thing here. Again, right now, just worry about your digits and doing the multiplication. What you'll notice is I have 2 decimal places in the top, and again, none in the bottom is a whole number, so I need 2 decimal places here. Start over on the right and count over 2 decimal places. 15.03. Then go back, we'll figure out our sign. Again, I have 1 negative, so my answer is negative. Here, again, we're going to start out doing our math. Don't worry about the signs. We'll figure those out after we get our answer. 25. And remember, when you do, when you're multiplying double digits like this, you need to add that 0 there as a placeholder. 4 times 5 is 26. That is 24. Then we add these 2. Again, count up our decimal places. I've got 2 at the top. I've got 2 in the bottom one, which means I have 4 altogether. So count over 4 spots. There's where my decimal goes. Then let's determine our sign. I have 2 negative signs. That's an even number, so my answer actually becomes a positive number. So it's good just like this. Over here, you notice I've added in 1 extra step here, so we need to follow our order of operations. The parentheses tell me I need to add this together before I can do my multiplication. So remember, when we're adding, we need to line up our decimals. And we wind up with 0.7, which we're then going to multiply by 3.2. You'll notice they're both positive numbers, so this is just what we've been doing before. So just line it up and do your multiplication. 2. I have 1 and 1, which is 2 decimal places. So down here, count over my 2 decimal places. My answer is positive because both of my factors were positive. Again, if you're struggling with this, go back, rewatch the videos. You might want to rewatch some of the earlier videos too to help remind you of your other rules as well. Ask any questions you need to in the comments or an email, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.